Yo, what's going on guys? Hope all of y'all are doing well. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how you can actually charge $5,000 to $10,000 for your offer and how to make your offer so good that when people hear about it, they want to buy it immediately. Okay? I'm going to be diving deep into everything. So let's go ahead and get started with why you should even create an irresistible offer. Now, if your ads don't convert well or your sales team has trouble scaling, adjusting your offer is usually the issue. Okay? So what I want you to do is look at different offers that exist, and I don't want you to copy them. I want you to make yourself a category of one. Now, what this means is positioning your offer in such a unique way that they can't compare you to others. What this will allow you to do is you'll never be constrained by price because it's a value-based offer. Based on the value, they'll find that the price that you attach to it is reasonable. Okay? And that's the entire goal of it, to make your offer the category of one. And once you master your offer, the sales and persuasion becomes so easy. Like as you guys know, I've mentioned this so much. I don't sell on my sales calls. My sales calls are like onboarding calls. I don't sell on them. Okay. It's simply because when they hear the offer, it's like, wow, they sell themselves. I don't even need to sell them on it. Okay. So how do you create an irresistible offer? There are 4 variables to consider when you establish your own. You want to have extreme pain, purchasing power, easy to target, in a growing market. Okay, now extreme pain, what this is they want to throw money at it. It's a big problem that they're trying to solve. It's either allowing them to lose a bunch of money, like have a capacity to make much more money, or it's something like maybe it's a relationship problem, right? Maybe it's a marriage. Maybe it's their girlfriend. They don't want to lose their girlfriend, so they'll throw a lot of money to solve that problem. There's an extreme pain towards it. Maybe he's feeling fat. Whatever it is, there has to be extreme pain. Second thing is there needs to be purchasing power. The thing is, if you target students or like 14-year-olds, they don't have purchasing power. So that's not an irresistible offer, because the thing that's resisting them is the cash. You can have the most pain in the world and all that stuff, but if they don't have cash, there's no point. You need to make sure the people you're targeting actually have money to play with and can actually drop a few $1,000s. Are they easy to target? That's another thing, right? Can you actually call them out in your ad creatives, and will they go to that specific target audience? That's something you need to know as well. Is it a growing market? Search it up, right? Is it a growing market? Are you teaching something that's actually actively being sought after? That's extremely important, okay? Now, one thing I need you to understand is that riches are in the niches. Hormozy says this all the time. Same product, but 100x the price. If you go as broad to say, I help people achieve the dream physique, you can charge maybe $20. Now, if you say, I help skinny people bulk up and put on muscle, maybe you can charge $500, right? But if you say, I help busy businessmen be more energized and lose weight without spending more than 1 hour in the gym, you can charge $2,000. Why? Because they have extreme pain. They want to feel energized. They want to lose weight. They want to achieve their dream physique, but they're busy. And if you can help them spend more, without spending more than 1 hour in the gym, they'll do it, right? They'll do it. And so the extreme pain here is that they want to feel more energized so that they can make more money. They want to lose weight so they can be in the dream physique, and they don't want to work more. That's an insane offer. Obviously, this isn't realistic, but you get the idea. I'm trying to be dramatic here, all right? The more specific you are, the more niche down your offer is, the more you can charge. And so when I help coaches specifically struggling with outreach. That's a huge pain point because people are stuck doing outreach all the time, right? The goal of great writing is for the reader to understand. And let me kind of explain, right? When you write, building up an irresistible offer, half of it is just the messaging and the way that you convey this offer to everyone else. You don't just want to make sure that people understand you have an irresistible offer on your sales calls. You need to make them understand that in the content, in your marketing. And so when you're actually writing, the goal of great writing is for the reader to understand. The goal of great copy is for the prospect to feel understood. We want to aim for this. We want to write great copy so that the prospect feels understood, okay? And if you can articulate their problems better than they can, you can provide the solutions to their problems better. Hopefully that makes sense, all right? If you can describe the problems that they're facing better than they can, that means you can provide a solution to their problem. So the bigger the pain point, the bigger the pain the prospect experiences, the more money he'll pay up front, right? I can charge for $8K because I make them realize the pain of not making $50K per month is way bigger than it seems. And that's why it's so key. In all the offers that you guys have, it's probably in these three niches. It's either make money online, fitness, or relationship. There are huge pain points in all three of these niches. So there's no reason why you can't charge 5 to 10K. It's the way that you position it and how specific you are as well. Now, obviously, you don't want to be specific to the point where only a select few of people can join your program, right? But you want to be specific enough where you call out a certain audience. Because imagine you're in a crowd. Imagine you're walking in a street. You're walking in a street and someone shouts, "Hey." If someone shouts, "Hey," what that's going to do is that's going to make you turn around. But if someone shouts your name, right? If someone says Josh and your name is Josh, you're going to look back and you're going to find the person that shouted your name because you felt a calling to you. Having a specific niche like this, a niche down offer like this, is exactly that. Calling out someone's name. That's why you can charge that much. Okay? So I want you to call out people's name. I want you to be specific. That's the goal. Okay? So core offer components, the first one is identifying the dream outcome. I help specific outcome in time period without biggest pain or fear. So an example is I help business owners / coaches hit 50 to 100K per month in 60 days without having to spend all day doing outreach and posting reels. Cool. That's their biggest fear, spending all day doing this. I say you can do that by running paid ads, VSL, setter, all that stuff. And yeah, pretty simple. All right, so come up with your specific dream outcome. I want you to pause this video and write down your dream outcome. What's your one-line dream outcome? Write it out, okay? And then send it to me. Second, I want you to list out all the perceived problems. What perceived problems would the client have about your offer? I want you to write them down and I want you to answer every single one of them. And so for me, it's like hire bad sales reps, right? My counter to that objection is that I have a huge pipeline because of my training and been in sales for over 2 years. So I've been trained by a coach. I'm close with a coach. I can tap into his pool of reps that he's trained for so long. And I've been in sales for over 2 years, so I know what kind of talent to hire and everything, right? Not having control over the business. You can hop on group calls at any time. I'll continually ask you for approval before moving forward. And so what I want you to do is I want you to actually click on these links right here. This is my example. And this is what I use to actually create my offer. I listed down every single possible failure scenario that could happen with one of my clients. And I wrote down the solution to avoid the failure. And then I wrote the delivery. How am I going to deliver that? Am I going to do consulting? Is it done for you? Is it done with you? So let's say you can't build a really good offer, right? Which is what's happening right now. I'm going to give you consulting on the offer. I'm going to give you my offer template. I'm going to give you my video modules, which is what you're watching right now. And I'm going to give you a bunch of examples. That is what I'm going to give you to avoid not really building a really good offer. So you want to make it so irresistible to where every problem that they face, you have 4 to 5 solutions to help them avoid that failure scenario. Okay? So click on this. It's a template. Go ahead and just click file, make a copy, and then write down every single failure scenario that could happen and write down every solution that you can provide. List 3 or 5 minimum. And then put whether it's done for you, done with you, or consulting. Okay? That's how we're going to actually make it really, really good, because once we understand all the problems our clients are facing, if we cover everything in our program, guess what? They're going to have no objections. They won't. Okay? It's as simple as that. So check those out. 3, I want you to list out 5 of the main deliverables your core offer provides. Now, these deliverables directly come from the perceived problems that you list out. Every single one. So what are the biggest ones for me? The biggest ones is probably can't generate enough attention, can't build a really good offer, can't get leads to buy the program, like lack of leads, all that stuff, right? So guess what? All of my 5 main deliverables are exactly what I put from the perceived problems. So, done for your systems and processes. Track every single one of your leads so you don't lose out on any sales. Save time by having done for your SOPs and a centralized system to scale up. I tell them what I give them, right? We build out your entire sales CRM, Notion sales scripts, and Discord channel automations. Cool. So we have the systems portion down. Offer blueprint, which is what you guys are going through right now. People don't know how to charge 5 to 10K. So I'd say, look, I'll teach you how to charge 5 to 10K upfront for your offer and create an offer that's a category of 1. No more price comparisons and objections. I teach you how to do it, right? Content mastery, so lack of attention, lack of lead flow. Create an IG and YouTube content that attracts and nurtures your dream clients completely organically with our middle of funnel blueprint. Guess what? We give you step-by-step scripting tutorials, content blueprint, access to our in-house creative director, and our content team. And this, again, based off of this one. So you see how everything's just intertwined? You'll do this way better if you just base it off of this, honestly. So make sure you do that first. Ads masterclass. Flood your inbox with qualified inbound leads so you can wake up to people interested in your offer and predictably scale up whenever you want. How do I do this for them? I give them step-by-step ad scripting tutorials, our exact winning ad blueprint, access to our in-house media buyer, one-on-one calls to launch your ad, everything. So I make it so hard for you to even have objections in the first place because I've already listed out all your objections. I've already listed out all of your problems that you could potentially face. And every single one of these deliverables are done so that it combats the exact objection that you have. And so as I'm going through this, as I'm going through my pitch deck, which you guys will create your own later on, you're going to try to think of questions to ask, but you're not going to be able to ask any because I cover everything. And that's not done by accident. It's done on purpose because of this. Okay? Sales assets. Boom, boom, boom. So you get the idea. Okay? You get the idea. These are the main deliverables that will be solving your problems, your prospects' problems you listed out in the brainstorm. It's as simple as that. Okay? So the fourth thing, what would I deliver if my product costs 10 times its current amount? So an example would be running ads, training setters, one-on-one, hiring a VA, set up Zapier, in-house editor, automation, systems, everything. That's what I would deliver. Now what I want you to do is I want you to write out a list of maybe like 10 things that you could deliver if the product costs 10 times its current amount. So if instead of, maybe you charge $50,000. If you charge $50,000 for your service, what deliverables would you provide? What would you be able to deliver for your client? Write it all down. Write down everything. And now I want you to choose a few that you'll implement into your own program. So for mine, right, I'm setting up your Zapier. I'm setting up your automations. I'm setting up your systems. I'm training your setters, not one-on-one, but in a group setting. I'm teaching you how to run ads. I give you one-on-one ads, one-on-one call to run ads, right? So I do it, but I don't go the extra mile where it's like run ads for them and provide the ad budget. No, that's going to be like 100K or some shit. I don't know. But you get the idea. You're still kind of doing it, but not the full thing. You're still providing it. And so the perceived value of your offer is just way higher, okay? Now, what would I deliver if my product costs 1/10 its current cost and I had to provide more value than I currently am at my current price? It sounds lengthy, but read it again. What would I deliver if my product costs 1/10 its current cost and I had to provide more value than I currently am at my current price? I'd provide crazy group training. So every single group training, I'm going to have a material prepared where I go over it in that group call. I'm also going to film some crazy video modules, right? These video modules are packed. They're actionable. I'm also going to record looms for any bottlenecks. I'm going to have tons of role plays. I'm going to have tons of accountability check-ins. What you want to do is you want to list out 10 of these and you want to implement every single thing. And that is how you create an irresistible offer. All right? So I hope you guys have a better understanding of how you guys are actually going to create an offer that you can actually charge 5 to 10K for. Follow all these steps, I promise you, there's no way that you can't charge minimum $5,000 for your offer. Okay? I've been able to do this. I'm charging 8.5 right now. I'm probably going to bump it up to 10.5 within a month. And it's just because, people want it. And when I pitched the offer, they're like, wow. They're genuinely just impressed. All right. So I hope you guys found value. If you guys have any questions regarding your offer, watch the rest of the video modules, then DM me. Because, like I said, you're probably not going to fully understand it all. So watch the rest of the video modules, implement everything we say. And then if you still have questions, feel free to DM me or ask in the group call. And we'll take it from there. All right. So hopefully this was valuable, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.